welcome to another video and welcome to my April TBR. So I am filming this very early. Today is the 14th of April. No, it isn't, that's a lie. Today is the 14th of March. And the reason I'm filming now is I'm going on holiday next week and I wanted to get myself caught up with my filming and scheduling, get everything done so that I'm not coming back and having to scramble to get any videos or anything done. So that does mean that today, while I am doing my April Jenny's Jenga, I'm also wanting to match up to the prompts for Magical Readathon. Magical Readathon is my favourite of all of the readathons, and I will go into that a bit more in a minute. I also, in April, because glutton for punishment here, I would like to try and take part in Readathon, which is hosted by Casti at Covers of Casti. So I will again go into that a bit more in a minute as well. Now, let's go back to the beginning with Jenny's Jenga. I will leave my playlist linked somewhere. But with my game, how it works is I do 5 pulls from my Jenga tower, which I haven't built yet, and then basically they match up to prompts and to genres, and I have to read the book that I found. At the end of the month, any prompts that I haven't completed means that I basically do a punishment of I take out 5 bricks. They don't count for prompts, they don't count for anything, they literally just destabilise the tower. So, because we are only halfway through the month, I've only actually read 1 book off my TBR. So I'm going to make my best guesses on how I'm going to do on the rest. And then I will, basically next month, if I was wrong, I'll do additional punishments. If I was too harsh on myself, I don't know, I might just give myself an extra mood read or something. So for March, my Jenga TBR was Pages & Co., which I haven't yet read, Rooftoppers, which I have read, The Alchemist, which I haven't read, The Bone Season, which I haven't read, and Godkiller, which I haven't read. So my thoughts are, of the 4 books that I haven't yet read, this week I'm currently reading Wheel of Time, and I think I'm going to sort of mix that one up and have a second book of either Godkiller or The Bone Season. So one of those 2 will get read. Next week I'm on holiday and I'm just reading romance books because I want to, which doesn't help my TBR. The week when I come back, I think I come back on the 26th or 27th, so I have got a couple of days left in the month. The Bone Season I do need to get read because it is for a readathon that I'm taking part in, which is Bookstara Readathon, hosted by Amy at A Star Reads. I'll leave her linked somewhere as well. So if I haven't yet read The Bone Season, then I'll probably read that when I come back. If not, I think of the 3 books, Godkiller is the one that I'm most interested in, so it will probably be the one that I'm going to go for. All of that to say, I don't think I'm going to read either Pages & Co. or The Alchemist, which means that I am taking 2 lots of punishments today, which is 10 bricks that I pull out to destabilise the tower. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I better get my whisk jar ready. You can't see because it's the window and it's super bright, but I also have a bellow up there as well. And as we all know, cats love being sensible and, not knocking over towers. So this could be the month where the whisk jar comes out, where the tower collapses. Yeah. I am trying to be smart with this one. So, and again, I'm going to get into this more in a minute, but for Magical Readathon, there are 7 prompts that I want to complete for the career that I'm choosing. I have already planned what books I'm going to read for those prompts, and I have got them all down here next to me. So, oh, there you are, hello. So I will try and fit them on as much as I can. Here we have a small cat. I might try and get her to leave the room. The table that I'm using this time is fairly stable, but also might be very tempting for a small cat to jump up on. So we will see. Right, I'm going to build up my tower and then come back to you and do my danger pools. See you in a minute. Hello. So tower is now built. So got to start off with, actually I'm just going to do a quick recap of my rules. Sorry, this is all over the place today. I'll pop this all up here, but I've got a graphic which shows that on each brick, as an example, they've all got a colour and a number. The colour correlates to a genre, which I said are up here, and the number correlates to a prompt, which is down here on my laptop. I then need to find a book that matches that prompt and genre. If I can't match the genre, then I add a pull. So, oh, also, if the tower collapses at any point, I have my jar of chaos here. This contains all of the books on my 23 books to read in 2023, all of the books on my 10 These Books Will Self-Destruct list, and every series that I am currently reading. So while this jar doesn't include necessarily books that I don't want to read, the majority are books that I am excited by, it does give me no control over what I'm reading. And I know full well there are some big chunky reads in here. I know, and I'm going to jinx myself now by saying this, but I know I put on my 23 before 23 both the Priory and the next Robin Hobb book. Neither of those are small books. So let's get started with the 10 punishment draws I'm going to do. I am going to try and be fairly tactical with this because I don't want this tower to collapse. So let's start off. Oh, you'll come, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm using 2 hands and totally cheating here, but they don't count as anything. 5, 6, 7, 8, oh no, I don't want to go that side. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I thought I was being clever and starting at the top and that the tower would be more stable at the bottom. I think I may have done that the wrong way around. Anyway, let's start. Draw number 1 is brick. Okay, that is, so brick blue 5 is a contemporary with a contemporary or romance with a random letter generator. Let me just get up my random letter generator. Okay, so pull number 1 got me brick blue 5. That is a contemporary or romance, and the prompt was a random letter generator. So I spun my wheel and the letter I got was E. So I've actually got quite a lot of romance books that I am planning on reading both this month and next month, but the one that I am going to actually is that the one I'm going to add on. Okay, the one that I'm going to add on the TBR, I will put up here because I don't physically own, is Wanderlust by L. Everhart, sorry. Ooh. So Wanderlust by L. Everhart. This book I am so excited by. It follows a girl who wins a trip around the world. The only catch is she has to take a random contact from her phone contacts. and the person who is picked is someone that she once went on a date with and ghosted. So it's a kind of awkward, not even friends or enemies to lovers, but kind of finding yourselves and things like that. And I'm super excited by this one. So let's put that prompt back up and pull for prompt number 2. Oh no. Okay, so that one is Pink 40. Okay, so the second block was Pink 49, and that is any book with the prompt most anticipated. We're wobbling then. That's both kind of easy and kind of hard. I'm looking at the pile that I've got next to me. Most anticipated. I've got books that I'm excited by on this pile next to me, but none that I would necessarily say are my most anticipated. Oh, this is really difficult. I don't know. I don't even know what my most anticipated book is. What am I excited by? I don't know. Wanderlust. I'll just put that one on the TBR. I'm going to go with Well Met by Jenga. This is another romance book that I'm excited to read. It follows our main character who's moved back to her small town. She's got involved with the town's Renaissance fairs, and the person that runs it is basically a bit of a pain. So again, it's a kind of enemies to lovers, but set in a Renaissance fair, which I think sounds awesome. So this one, it is one that I am genuinely excited by. So I'm putting this one on as my most anticipated. Okay, pull number 3. I don't know where to go. That was scary. Okay, pull number 3 is Red 40. So Red 43 is a middle grade and the prompt is a 1-word title. I've only got one middle grade in the pile here of books that I want to read, and it doesn't have 1 word. Oh no, I do know what I'm going to do. I should go and get the book. That means standing up. Let's hope I don't knock over this tower. That was incredibly nerve-wracking. Okay, middle grade with a 1-word title. I am going with Exile. This is book 2 in the Keep of the Lost City series. I am technically reading it, but I mean, this book is huge. I'm like less than 80 pages in and the book is nearly 600 pages. So yes, I am technically not really cheating, but you know, bending the rules by taking a book that I've already started. However, I know this TBR is going to be enormous, so I'm going to put that one on the TBR. Okay. Pull number 4, Bella. She's back. Oh no, no, Bella, go away. I know you're lovely, but please go away. Right. Okay, that one's coming. Pull number 4 was Yellow 24. Sci-fi, which is a book club pick. I actually have a few options for this. I'm going to be kind to myself and put on the book that I know I'm going to need to read next month, which is Before They Were Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. This one is a high fantasy, it's a grimdark, and I'm reading it for the first Law Along, which is hosted by Becca and the Books. Not entirely sure what it's about, because even though I read book one, which I really enjoyed, I still don't know what the plot is. But it's fun. We follow a few different characters. They're all kind of horrible people, but they're quite fun anyway. So that one's book 4. Right. I shouldn't have made a loud noise then. Can I get one more brick out of this tower? I honestly don't know if I can. I knew that was going to happen. I'm going for the risk jar. I am quite nervous about this one. So my jar is, as you can tell, very, very full. I can't even shake them. As I said before, I have got in here all of the books on my self-destruct list, all of my 23 and 23 books, and all of the series that I am currently reading. So I've got one. What is it? Oh no, I lost it. Let's go with that one. Okay. Yes! Percy Jackson. That is fantastic because that's actually on my TBR anyway. I needed to read that, which is Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. Thank you. I am just going to put Percy Jackson actually back in because that will not finish the series. Okay, my jar was really nice to me. Oh, yay! So, I'm going to clear away all of this and go through what my TBR looks like. Okay, so my Jenga TBR looks a bit like this. I don't actually remember what all of my prompts were now. But book 1 was Wanderlust by L. Everhart. Oh, that was for Random Letter Generator and I got E. Book 2 is Well Met by Jen DeLuca, which was for Most Anticipated. Book 3 was Exile by by Shannon Messenger, and that one was for a middle grade with a one-word title. Book 4 was a sci-fi or fantasy book club pick, and book 5 came out of the Cup of Chaos, and is the next book in the Percy Jackson books that I need to read. So they are my Jenga TBR. Now to get into the next bits, let's get comfortable. So I'm also taking part in Magical Readathon. I'm going to leave bits up here or down there or somewhere. So Magical Readathon is hosted by G at Book Roast. I adore this readathon. I've been taking part in it for about 4 years, I think now. I love this new iteration of it as well. It's fantastic. G just does the most and is fantastic. So I have decided that this year I'm continuing my career path of Feywild cartographer. I did that last year as well, and I've decided I'm going to carry on and do the same career this year. I was thinking about changing, but I decided that no, I'm going to stick the same. So that means I've got 7 prompts now in April. So I need to see what from here I can get on my prompts and what else I'm adding on to the TBR. Just checking my covers here. Not helpful. So prompt number 1 for my magical readathon, the first thing I need to complete is Elemental Studies, and the prompt is Flowers on the Cover. I am going for The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, which again is one of the books that I need to read for work. So that's going on there. The second prompt is Shapeshifting, and so the second class is Shapeshifting, and the prompt is Wolf on the Cover. I have got 2 for this one. I had to scour my shelves to see if I could find any books with wolves on the cover, but I've got The Wolf Wilder and We Were Wolves. I don't know which one I want to read. We Were Wolves is a YA about a boy who I think his dad is in prison but is going to come back soon, so the boy lives by himself. There are illustrations in here and it's only like 200 pages. The Wolf Wilder is a middle grade by Catherine Rundell. I've just read Rooftoppers by her and really loved it. This one follows a girl who has to journey across Russia with 4 wolves when her mother's been kidnapped. I think I'm going to put on The Wolf Wilder, but that may change to We Were Wolves. I'm not entirely sure yet. Prompt number 3. The third class I'm doing is Animal Studies, and the prompt is flip a coin and you either get to pick a fiction or non-fiction. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to have heads as non-fiction because non-fiction is smart, and tails, and I got heads. So non-fiction it is. I've actually got 3 Sorry if the angle just changed then. The very dodgy pile of books that you lent on just collapsed. So I've got 3 non-fictions that I'm picking from this one. So I've got Women's Law by Sarah Clegg. This is basically a look at demons and mythology throughout history and how a lot of the myths started off as as women's myths, so being there to support, say, childbirth, and then got changed to be anti-women, with one of the main ones being, say, Lilith, who was originally the first wife of Adam, but she then has become very demonized and is seen as to be the mother of all demons. I think this one sounds really interesting and I'm excited to read it. I did an interview with Sarah the other day for International Women's Day, so I'm very, very hyped to read this one. The next non-fiction I've got is Strong Female Character by Fern Brady. This is Fern's memoir. I really like Fern Brady. I think she is hilarious, and I think this is going to be a really interesting view into her life. And the third one I've got is Diddly Squat by Jeremy Clarkson. I am just going to say now, I think he's an absolute twat. Just do. But I do really like his farming show. I grew up on a farm, and I think that actually Clarkson's farm does a fantastic job of showing sort of farming life, and I am interested to read the book, even though I think he's an absolute idiot. So one of these books is going to go on for my non-fiction. I'm not going to put one on just I'm going to just put on Women's Law for now, but again, that might change. I might switch those ones around. I don't know. My 4th Magical Readathon class is Astronomy, and that one is a book with 2 E's in the title. And for that one, I am going for Joe Abercrombie, Before We Were Hanged. There are many E's on this book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 E's in that title, so absolutely counts. The 5th class I've got is Alchemy, and the prompt is metal, a type of metal in the name. This one I found really, really difficult. I have got 3 options. I found it really hard to find any books with metal in the name, so I'll show you what I've got. book one I've got is The Gilded Cage. So I'm thinking gilded means covered in gold. So kind of got a metal in the title. A little bit of a dodgy one there. Silver in the Mist. This is an ARC that I got. It came out in November. I should have read it by now. It's a YA. To be honest, it looks like a bit of a kind of generic YA fantasy. So on the back it says, her country was attacked, her father was killed, and her mother became the Whisperer of Aris, the head of the spies. When Dev joins the spy ranks herself and receives the dangerous new assignment of infiltrating the royal court of their neighbouring country to steal the magic they need, Dev learns that not all that glitters is weak and not all stories are true. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to really, really love. And the last one that I could find is Kingdom of Copper, which I want to read, but it's far too big. I don't want to read it this month. I think I'm going to put on The Gilded Cage, which I know is cheating, but quite honestly, who's really going to tell me off? Yeah, it's one that I loved The Prison Healer, so I'm very hyped to read that one, and I think it will be one that I'm going to enjoy and get through quickly. The 6th class for Magical Readathon is Inscription, and with that one I had to pick a book from my highest shelf. So I am going actually from my top shelf that is behind the camera up here, which has got my graphic novels on it, and I'm going with Descender Volume 1 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. I'm not 100% what this one is about. I think it's some there's planet-sized robots called harvesters and wreaked havoc across the galaxy. It's a young android named Tim 21 wakes to find that all robots have been outlawed. But he holds a secret to how he can help destroy the harvesters. I've heard a lot of really, really good things about this. I know this is a lot of people's favourite graphic novel series, so I'm excited to get started. Even though it does mean I'm starting a new series. And then number 7, the last class that I need for my Magical Readathon career is Demonology. And the prompt is a book that has been compared to a favourite. So for this one, I again was racking my brains of like, what do I enjoy? And for this one, I'm going with A Curse of Saints. Can't remember who it's by. I'll pop the cover up here somewhere. This one has been compared to ACOTAR, which is one of my favourites. So that's going to go on the TBR. So that is it for readathons. I do also need to add on More Perfect by Temio. This is a very big book, but I am working on this one next month and I need to get that one read. I also have 2 more books that I'm working on that I need to add on, which are Leewood and The Grief Nurse. So I'll pop in a couple of stand-ins for them. And I think that is it. So the other readathon that I am planning on taking part in is Realmathon, which is hosted by Cassidy. So with this one, you choose a realm to join, and every book you read either gives points to your realm, or you can choose to attack another realm and take their points away. The nice thing with this one is there's no minimum books to read. There's no set prompts. So I've got this whole pile of books here, which I'm going to fit in with the prompts that exist. So for example, we have got a book with a map, an ebook, buddy read, all worth +1 point. I've got those 2 are definitely buddy reads. I'm sure there's a few maps in some of these ones, but not Abercrombie, doesn't like maps. There are definitely some ebooks in here. We've got things like dark covers, audiobooks, debuts. I've got quite a few of them in there. And host favourites as well. Okay, so my April TBR is looking like this. I've got 13 books on here. Which is plenty enough, to be totally honest. So we've got these top 5, which are my Jenga TBR, and then I've got this bottom few that are additional Magical Readathon ones, and then I think I've got I think I've got 3 additional books that I need to read for work, which don't fit in either of the TBRs. I am quite overwhelmed by the look of this. I think that this is going to be a fairly ambitious TBR, especially seeing as this is about the same size TBR as my March one, and so far I have read 4 books in March out of the at least 14 or 15 I had on the TBR, and we're halfway through the month. So things could have been worse. My game could have been mean to me. It was relatively nice, especially my Cup of Chaos. That was very nice to me. I could have made life easier for myself by picking an easier career in Magical Readathon, but you know, why would I do that? So this is my TBR. I've got the 14 books here, 13 books, sorry, here. Things could have been worse, but it could have been better as well. I'm slightly intimidated by this TBR, but I'm hoping it will be okay. If you have read any of these books, please let me know down in the comment. Let me know your thoughts on them. Let me know what ones you think I will enjoy. If you've made it this far and you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me the kind of shocked face for when my tower fell over. And if you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe if you would like to. I've got all of my details down below and where you can follow me on other platforms, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!